Welcome to another episode of Across the Bifrost. This is Dr. Norbert from London as one of your co-hosts, and with me tonight is...
Jamie, also from London. Hello, everyone. We're going to start with Sleeve It or Heave It, where we review our card of the week, basically. So this is the card we want to talk about. This one was my choice. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. No. I was going to say, it could be any kind of card, too. We're going to any kind. So it could be a crisis card,
character card, crisis card. Yeah, any kind of card.
Sleeve it or heave it, take it or leave it. Sleeve it or heave it, can't you believe it?
But today is a special day because today is a tactics card. It's caused some controversy.
Yes, and I'm very happy to be in the middle of the controversy. So this is Mind Transfer. So I'm going to read the card first, okay? And then we'll talk about it. So Mind Transfer. It's unaffiliated, and it has to be used during Emma Frost's activation. She may spend 4 power to play this card. Choose an enemy character with an activated token within 3 of Emma Frost. Move an activated token from the chosen character to another enemy character that does not have an activated token within 2 of the chosen character. There's a lot of words. Basically, you're moving an activated token from someone to someone else, okay?
Yeah. So, and I think reading it on face value, the whole idea would be like, oh, okay, some smaller character on the opposing team is activated nearby, and their big kaiju hasn't gone yet. So this would be a great way to shut down that kaiju by switching the activation order at the expense of having the little potato character get to go again, essentially, that round.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the dream. And when Emma Frost first came out, I played this card, and I think I activated Spider-Woman by moving that fate token from, I think it was a Black Widow. But then Black Widow got a turn anyway, like a second turn activation, which was still quite effectual. So I was like, that doesn't feel good. You're not really activating anyone. And also, this is a lot of hoops to jump through for Emma. She has to generate 4 power, which is, it's okay. She can do it. Her build is very good. It's pretty good. They have to be within range 3 of Emma, which...
Well,
Emma...
also, though, hang on. But, you're playing her in Hellfire Club, which you don't have to, by the way. This is not a Hellfire Club specific card.
No.
But if you do, then you could just have her potatoes take damage, and then that gives power to her.
Yeah, which is possible. You would argue that you're probably playing Hellfire wrong. If Emma's getting power, it means something's gone wrong elsewhere because your potato tanky characters aren't standing on points.
There's some niche. Like I used to do that on purpose for trying to get her stopping placement ability off.
Oh yeah, Shield Mind. Yeah,
Shield Mind.
That's a good point. Yeah, that is a very good point.
But that's a niche thing. That's when you're playing against Thanos for the most part, or Red Skull 2-3. No.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Shield Mind is a good ability. So Emma Frost needs to get 4 power, which is, it's okay. It's an okay amount. And then she needs to be within range 3 of someone, which generally Emma doesn't want to be that close. She wants to be at range 4, not really getting any action. And then the 2 characters that you're moving the token between have to be within 2 of each other. So there's a lot of hoops to jump through. But the reason I'm smiling while I'm bringing this card up is that I brought this along to a few of my Hellfire games, because since the Hellfire leadership card got restricted, and I don't play too many characters in Hellfire that have tactics cards kind of stable to them, I found that I had space for Mind Transfer, and I was kind of taking it because it was funny. And also because with the whole BLT thing that was going on, Beta Ray Bill, Loki, and Thor, I thought that, okay, if they activate Bill first, maybe there's a world where I can move the activated token onto Thor, who's the real scary one, and then Bill gets a second turn, and that's less scary. That was kind of my thinking. And I pulled that off once and was like, great, it works. That's fine. Let's play this every game. And then in the TTS...
Wait, you pulled it off against
Asgard.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, how'd that go down?
It was pretty fun. It was very fun. It was in the WTC warm-up tournament as well.
So
right, I was like, I'm feeling real warmed up now. This feels good. And I immediately told Pat outside, and he laughed at me for bringing the card. And I said, no, there's something here. So then fast forward to the TTS the cuts. I ended up going against the dreaded Thanos Cabal. It was Thanos, Zemo, Red Skull, and Loki. And I was getting beaten up a lot. Emma had the power, and Zemo had survived on 1. and activated, and he was stood next to a Loki that hadn't activated. So I ran Emma up the board, moved the activated token onto Loki, and then just did an attack on Zemo, who had 1 health left, and killed him. Which is cool, because then
that's great. Yeah, that means you've mitigated the drawback of the card, so to
exactly.
speak.
Yeah, exactly. So there is no bonus activation for my opponent because I've killed the character that I've now unactivated. So that was fun, and I was very happy with that. And people made YouTube videos about it. You can find it on YouTube. It was hailed as this, like, you know, the best play of the year. And then Norbert, and then the game after, it got better.
I know, and this is where everyone knows your tech. It's out there, right? And then you put another little nuance to it.
Completely accidental, by the way. I'm not praising myself here. I brought the card because it was funny. I was like, well, now I'm the mind transfer guy. I have to bring this card again. And there was this opening where basically they were playing. Who was it? It was some grunts. I'm pretty sure it was Nick Fury and his grunts. Shield grunts, yeah. And there's a weird niche, very, very niche rule. So niche that when I played the card, we had to stop for half an hour while we looked up the rules and got a judge to come in and say it. But basically, when grunts activate, they go first. They always go first. They have to. They activate, and then their controlling character, so in this case, Nick Fury, he then activates. He gets an activated token. So they both have activated tokens. Emma then went and they had a Crimson Dynamo next to the grunts, and I had to check, do grunts get an activated token? Did they have like some special rule where they don't get it? And we had to check, and they do. So cool. So I moved the activated token from the grunts onto Crimson Dynamo. And then to top it off as well, Emma then hit him with her builder and got the advance. So moved him off a point. It was a gamma point. So I then had Miles Morales move, web swing from the other side of the field to claim those 2 points. It's a big point swing. But the main point is that the grunts, even though they don't have an activated token, they now can't activate because their controlling character has activated.
The parent.
Yes, the parent. That's it.
Yeah.
And also you can't target grunts with your own tactics cards, allied tactics cards, but you can target them with enemy tactics cards. Which is just a weird, rule within a subsection of the rule book. Mind transfer. It's
Amazing.
Got some really niche uses.
Yeah, well, that's the question now. After all this success, are you sleeving it or heaving it?
I'm sleeving it. It's in my Longshank's name now. It's my whole identity. And when they bring out an errata that says choose a non-grunt enemy character for this card, I'm claiming it as my own. That is my change.
Yeah. I can see the I think both examples are really good uses of the card, if you could pull them off. Because, killing the model that's now been unactivated is fantastic if you can really almost guarantee to pull that off. And the grunts thing, you don't always see grunts, but when you do, many times they're near their parent character as it is. And so you should be able to do what you did, and then also be able to attack the parent, for instance, or something like that afterwards.
Yeah. And obviously with Emma's builder, if you get the trigger where you can advance someone, maybe you can advance someone to within 2 of the grunts.
Yes.
Move that around.
That's a great idea. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, or maybe not advance the grunts, actually, because they'll probably die to an attack, because grunts tend to die easily. But yeah, it's a lot of windows. There's no way this card is reliable in any way. It's just, I got really lucky 3 games in a row where all the windows lined up. I've played this game 20 times, and this card 20 times, and I think probably 15 of those games it stayed face up at the end. I didn't even play it.
I didn't play it.
Yeah, there's a lot of windows, but I think there's some niche, with Asgard flying around and Thanos Cabal, where there's these huge activations that you want to try and avoid. I think this card should, be considered.
Now, are you playing this in X-Men or in Hellfire Club?
I play in Hellfire Club because there's space for tactics cards.
Yeah.
Because they can only take one restricted because their leadership is restricted, and I don't take many characters that bring other cards. So I play it there. I struggle to fit it in anywhere else because it is so niche. But people do splash Emma, in other places, and obviously she's X-Men affiliated, and she has that amazing Headmistress card for X-Men. So maybe you take that instead. So yeah, I think it's just neat. I think this is very much a card in your 10. For when you're going against those big, scary kaiju lists, and it's probably not in your 5 very often.
Yeah.
But when you pull it off, trust me, it feels real good.
Fantastic. All right, great entry for the show.
Cool. So what box are we reviewing today?
Well, I just let people know that they should write to us if they're hearing this.
Oh, yeah.
Tell us if they've got some mind transfer stories.
Yes, please.
Along those lines.
I live for it.
Yeah, it'd be amazing.
Yeah.
All right. So shall we get on to the main topic?
Yes.
All
so
right,
box review for today. We're going to be looking at Shang-Chi and Silver Sable.
Yes. This is where you can't see this, but we highly recommend you use Jarvis's protocol.
Yeah.
It's available on browser, but also as app. I mentioned that because he constantly keeps it updated, the developer, and also it's just got lots of friendly elements to it. And the reason I mentioned that right now is that you can call up the Shang-Chi card, but you can see also which box it is. So this is box CP69.
Nice.
Which means he's boxed in with Silver Sable. Those are the two models in that box.
Yes.
Cool. All right. So I am going to read the card. We're going to read cards here, unlike other podcasts. I might take a shortcut or two here and there. But, we'll see. But let's start with Shang-Chi then, shall we?
Yes, let's do it.
Okay, cool. Oh, by the way, I just started watching this Disney show called Interior Chinatown.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah,
what's that?
And it's set in Chinatown, and it's about these local people. A guy and some of his friends who work at a Chinese restaurant in Chinatown, and are kind of unhappy with their lives because it's so dull. And then like something unusual happens that is quite contrarian and kind of starts an adventure, basically.
Yeah,
but
nice.
That's as far as we got.
So you recommend that show so far?
Well, the first episode was pretty, and it's done in a very odd style. Like in other words, it's normal style, but then they do this kind of like over the tops like segments of it, which is kind of like surrealistic. So that's kind of fun.
Nice.
So
all right, there you go.
Yeah. So anyway, here's Shang-Chi because it reminded me of that. He's a fourth threat character. He is size 2 on a 35 millimeter base. He's got 5 health points, and his defense stats are 4 physical, 3 energy, 4 mystic, and he can move medium. So let's first talk about the attacks, and then we'll go on to the superpowers after we comment a little bit on the 2 attacks. Okay, first attack is his builder, 10,000 shaped strike. Range 2, 6 dice. So nice for a 4th threat, have 6 dice attack. No power, of course. You get power equal to the damage dealt. Before choosing a target, you can choose whether the attack type is physical or mystic. And if you get a crit and a shield in the roll, you also get to put a stagger condition on the target. His other attack is a gainer. So this is range 3, 5 dice. And as I mentioned, when you finish the attack, you get 1 power. And then after the attack is resolved, you can place the character Shang-Chi within one of the target character. And this attack is strictly energy, whereas the other one was physical or mystic. This one is energy, but also doesn't cost anything. All right, those are the 2 attacks. I feel like, though, we should mention one superpower because I think it makes a connection to this, which is his first superpower, which is an active superpower called Hidden Flowers Under the Leaves, which are great names. Did you watch Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, these names just feel like they came straight out of that film, or it's part 100%. Of that genre.
Yeah. I remember when AMG announced they were releasing Shang-Chi, they said that the names were the most fun they had with it, and they mentioned that on the flip side, all the names change as well, and it's really cool. I think it's really flavorful. When people say that Shang-Chi is going to charge, I ask them to say the actual name of it.
Yeah, I don't know if I mentioned the gainer's name. It's Rising Phoenix Kick.
Yes,
which is great. All right, so the reason I mentioned the superpower, though, is it's an action, but basically you make a move action followed by the 10,000 shaped strike, which, as I mentioned, is the builder. Yes. So basically, it's a charge for that one particular type of attack, and that costs you 2 power.
Yeah. So do you want to talk about the attacks before we move on?
Yeah.
Cool. So there's a lot of words on this card. I had to play Shang-Chi to understand him fully because there's a lot going on with his character, which we'll get onto. First off, gainers are really cool. Gainers are great. Gainers are really cool because they're basically, you can predict exactly what's going to happen with the gainer, especially this gainer. So Rising Phoenix Kick, you gain 1 power, but you also guarantee place 1 within the target character. And it's range 3, which means, for those of you who don't know, if you deploy completely opposite a midline secure or extract, and someone is standing there, you can move once and you can be within range 3 of them to then hit them, gain your guaranteed power, and you're placed within one of them. So it's basically the same as if you would double move to the midline, but you're getting a free attack in. So this is a really good attack, and it's some people that I've spoken to about it have kind of not considered it great until they kind of see the practicality of that from round 1.
Yeah, well, I also like gainers for the same reason you do about the guaranteed power, because it comes so handy. So many times have I bamboozled my opponent because I was able to get that 1 power to do something, either do superpower or oftentimes just to pick up something because I didn't have to worry about whether it was going to happen. And in this case, it makes loads of sense because you're going to start around with at least 1 power from power phase. Then you do this gainer, which is longer range anyway. That gives you a 2nd power. And now you're in a new spot. And somebody who was minding their own business in the backfield somewhere suddenly is under threat from your charge that you have 2 power for now.
Yeah.
And
for next round,
For the next, that round. So I'm thinking there you are. You're standing within 3 of somebody that you don't care about. Yeah. You attack them. You get transported beyond them. Let's say within 1.
Yeah.
Now you've taken an extra power, so you're on your power up power plus that one you got from the kick. That's 2 power. Now you can spend it on your charge. Your charge is online, and you can charge even further into the backfield and do your big strike, which is got more damage to it. Plus, it could be mystic, which oftentimes people are weak to.
Yeah.
But most importantly, is that bloody stagger from a 4 threat. Crazy.
Yeah. Crit shield stagger. And I really like that it's a shield because you're always looking for those hits when you're attacking someone, right? You're looking for the hit crit while that's the stuff you care about. And then this is like a nice little added bonus of hey, there's a shield. Didn't help you with the damage, but here's a stagger. And that's really nice.
Yeah. So that's where I see this guy. Not only does he do damage, and we'll come on to how well he defends himself, but he can pass out these staggers fairly regularly. At least seems to happen to me a lot.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
All right. Should we move on?
Yes, there's a lot to go through. And especially you kind of hinted at something here of you can surprise people with how far this guy can go. So let's go into the superpowers because there's a lot of surprises in here.
Okay, cool. So let's first do the easy one, which is the, what are the always on ones technically called?
Passives.
Passive, thanks. Yeah. Passive superpower. Supreme Martial Artist. So this is like Iron Fist, actually. Yep. When this character is defending against an attack targeting it from within 3, this character can add blanks to the defense roll to its total successes. So he's 4/3/4 defense dice as it is, but then he gets to count blanks, which is just crazy.
Yeah, it's really strong. You kind of have to see it to believe it. And it also means that he works well with characters that can give him more dice. So I've been playing him in X-Force recently, where I put Cable next to him, and Cable can give him 2 more defense dice. And when it's 2 more dice, that's nice. But when you're counting blanks, it's often he's just blocking 4 and 5, out of nowhere. So this is really, really strong. It's also his, if you're playing against Shang-Chi and you want, to figure out how to kind of counter him, this is also his biggest weakness, is knowing that everything he does is with the counting blanks is within range 3. If you can hit him from outside of range 3, he's only got 5 health. So that's kind of the way to beat him. But within 3, he's a monster. Yeah.
Also, the counting blanks thing means that he turns off Pierce effectively.
Yes. Yeah. They pierce your dice and you go, thanks, I count that anyway.
Okay, so then he's got the last 2 things he's got on his card are 2 reactive superpowers. One is Dragon chases its tail, 2 power. After an attack against this character is resolved, if the attacking character is within 2 and this character did not suffer damage from the attack, you can use the superpower and then you could throw the character away short.
Yeah. So as if you want to rub in more salt to the wound from counting all those blanks. If they fail to damage you, you then pay 2 and you throw them.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, fantastic.
It's an amazing ability. And the real power here is hidden slightly. It's sizeless. He can throw any size character.
Wow. Right. So Sentinel players, look out.
Yeah, I found that out the other day playing Sentinels. And I failed to hurt him, and then he threw one Sentinel into the other, and I didn't have brace. It was really sad. So sizeless throw for 2 power. If you fail to damage him, it really catches you out.
Yeah. The last superpower is another reactive one, 5 Elements Fist, which is 1 power. When this character makes a 10,000 shaped strike, which again is the builder, After the attack is resolved, it may use this superpower and choose one of the following effects. One is flow like water. You can advance short, or else you can do 1-inch punch. Choose an enemy character within 2 and of size 3 or less and push it away short. If it contacts a character or terrain featured during this push, it gains the stun special condition. And that's the one that tends to happen to me mostly. Is they get the stun on there, which is remarkably a bad condition. It's or a good one, I should say. It's really annoying to be stunned.
Yeah, stun can absolutely cripple some characters. I played this yesterday and managed to stun a Cable with it in round 2, which is horrible because it stops there. Any character that gets additional power in the power phase, so like a Cable or any Asgardian, Hulk's immune. But yeah, if you get extra power during the power phase and stun just turns that off, it's awful. So yeah, it's really nice. And this is for 1 power. One power after he's hit someone else. It's crazy, yeah.
So he's got lots of movement. His attacks cause a lot of displacement, or else some conditions adding to it. I mean, he just does a lot of work.
There's a lot of work. Yeah, he's very busy. That's the vibe I get from seeing Shang-Chi play. Is he's busy. He's always doing something. And the best part about 5 Elements Fist here is you decide what you want to do after the attack. So you can see, you have full knowledge. So you make your attack and you go, okay, well, here's the state of the board now. Did you kill that person in 1 shot? Did you do no damage? Do you need to now run away? Because then you can flow like water and run away. Or did you kill them and you want to go hit their friend? Now you're going to flow like water and hit their friend. And, there's so much you can do and it's all open information,
Yeah, that's a good point about it being after the attack is resolved. Great. Now, what's fun about this character is they don't do it very often. They did it very early in the game quite a bit, which was make the backside a bit different than the front side. They haven't done it, and I imagine it takes a lot more dev time to do that properly, But they did do it significantly here on the back. So and also Jarvis's protocol, again, has a special button on the character card screen where you can click the button and it'll show you the differences between the both sides.
Oh, look how useful that is.
Isn't that great?
That's really good. Yeah.
So that'll help me here. So what happens when you switch is stamina goes from 5 to 6, so you get extra health on the backside. You lose the Rising Phoenix kick, the gainer, and instead you get, and you also lose the Rising. Oh no! I beg your pardon. Sorry, I got confused. You retain 10,000 shape strike. That's the gain, the builder, which it remains the same. You lose the gainer, which is Rising Phoenix kick, and instead you get a new attack called Dim Mac, which is a mystic attack, range 2, 10 dice, strength, but costs you 5 power. And then after the attack is resolved, if the target character has the stagger special condition, which he might have gotten from your builder, 10,000 shape strike, you lose that stagger and gain an activated token instead. So very similar again to Iron Fist.
Yeah, This is the Iron Fist flavored attack that he gets at the end, and it's just so painful when we talked about how tanky he is on his healthy side, counting all those blanks. And he comes back with more health. He's still counting blanks. And now he has this devastating attack that can activate someone. It's like, if you thought that, defeating dazing Iron Fist was hard enough, this is just another one of those of like, you're completely punished for doing so.
Yeah. Yeah. And if he's on his backside, he'll have that power because it costs 5. It's a lot, but he'll have that power.
He'll have that because he's just been beaten up to get here.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Unless he's been stunned. See, this is where stunned.
Very good. By another Shang-Chi.
All right. Superpowers. What stays the same is his charge, Hidden Flower Under the Leaves. That stays the same. He also retains Supreme Martial Artist, the passive superpower. But he loses to 2 reactive ones. No, there's a change. Let's see. 60. Why does it say 64?
The 64 Infinite Palms, the effects have changed.
Okay.
But one of them has, yeah.
All right. So this super reactive superpower is similar to the one that we just finished talking about, where you had 2 choices that you could make after the attack was over. This still costs only 1 power, but after you make the 10,000 shape strike attack, you can choose these 2 different types of effects. So one is called Cleansing Strike, which is remove a damage from yourself and a special condition, or else you can do the 1-inch punch again. So that's the same as before.
That's the same, yeah.
Yeah, where you push the character away, and if it touches something, it gets stunned. So the difference is that instead of on On the front side, you can advance short as one of the options. Here, you basically heal yourself.
Yeah.
And remove a condition. What do you think of that change?
Yeah, it feels like very loosely the vibe is that he becomes more of a brawler on this side, because on his healthy side he's got the range 3, placed within 1, and he's got the short advance on 5 elements fist, and then here you lose the place, you gain that big range 2 punch that activates people, and then you lose the short advance, but you get this healing. So I think the idea is that now he's in the fight, he's in the fray. And he's ready to brawl, which is great, because most games of MCP start like that, right? They start kind of right at range and they end up kind of a brawl in the middle. So he's just following that kind of motion of the game.
I agree. It does definitely feel like it goes from a very mobile character to one that's meant to be trying to brawl a bit more.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Okay. The other superpower, so the one that he loses altogether, is called Dragon Chases Its Tail, which, as we mentioned, is if he doesn't suffer damage from the attack, he can pay the 2 power and throw the enemy character away short.
Yeah.
Instead, he gets something called Wild Goose Leaves the Flock.
Yeah, nice.
3 power for this reactive superpower. When this character is targeted by an attack within 2, you can use the superpower. After the attack is resolved, this character may advance short, then place the attacking character within 1 of this character, and you can only use it once per turn. So it's kind of like Gwenpool's card, where instead of you moving towards the character, you move wherever you want, and then they get attracted to wherever you ended up.
Right, yeah. This can really catch people out. It's caught me off guard many times. If you're fighting over a secure, and again, because he's injured, you're in the kind of mid to late game now, and every secure starts to really matter. And then he could just do this, 3 power reaction, and suddenly you're off the point with him. And it's pretty brutal if you get caught out by this. And again, leaning into that kind of, he's a brawler on this side. This works when you've been attacked within 2. So I think that's the vibe. That maybe that'll help. That's certainly going to help me to think about, the healthy side, he's kind of placing around and running around, and the injured side, he's ready for a fight.
Yeah. So. Also, I should point out, like you did before, that this pulling of the character, so to speak, is sizeless. So,
there you go. More
the
of that.
Sentinels can move around as well.
Yeah, Sentinels. I thought the Sentinels were celebrating because he lost his sizeless throw, but now he's just moving them around instead.
Okay, we're going to move on to the 2 tactics cards that are attached to him that also come in the box. Oh, I should say his affiliations. He's affiliated in Avengers and in Defenders.
Yeah, which we should quickly go over as well. Like Avengers, it's going to be a common thing. Every character is good under Steve 1 Avengers, original core box Steve. But this guy gets his charge because it costs 2. He gets a charge round for 1 cost. So he can charge round 1 under Steve 1 Avengers, which is crazy. Crazy. And he's got a 2 cost power, Dragon Chases Its Tail. He really benefits from that leadership, and obviously with the builder as well, with that trigger for the stagger, the crit shield under Steve 3 Avengers, you can get that. You can help him get that. So yeah, he's an amazing Avenger. He loves both those leaderships. He's going to be a terror for them. And
but I think Defenders, Daredevil Defenders, I think he'd be fantastic in.
Yeah, definitely, because they love brawlers, right? They love a big fight in the middle. They want to be surrounded by enemies, so they get all their rerolls, and he completely excels at doing that. So, really good affiliations for him.
Cool. All right. So he's got 2 cards. Let's go to the one that's very obvious. Everybody loves this one. It's called Chi Mastery.
Yeah.
It's a reactive card. When Shang-Chi makes an attack during the modified dice step, you can spend 3 power, and then you can change 2 results, either the attack roll or the defense roll, to any other result.
Yeah.
What?
This is crazy. So I played the tournament yesterday, and I won 2 games using this card.
Yeah, I bet.
Because in the late game, every damage point matters, right? It really starts to the score depends on what happens with your damage. And Shang-Chi can basically make an attack, look at the result. He's filled with power because it's in the end game and he's been beaten up. And look at the result and just completely be like, I'm off by 2. Great. I'm going to give myself 2 more, attack faces, basically. Or if you're locked up with skulls and can't do that, you can lower their defense, because you can modify their defense dice as well. This card is amazing.
Oh gosh, you could also change your dice to the trigger if you want to get the stagger off.
If you want to get that stagger, if that stagger is really important, you can use this to get the trigger. And on is it Dim Mac? Is that the name of the attack?
Yeah, Dim Mac. Yeah.
The attack that activates they have to be staggered for that attack to activate them. So you can hit them with a builder, use Chi Mastery to make sure you get the trigger to stagger them, and then hit them with a D-Mac. The max, sorry. And then they'll be activated. Like this card's amazing. It gives you exactly what Shang-Chi needs to do. And what's kind of amazing with it is you have it in your pocket the whole game. And you can just keep rolling those dice. And if you get the trigger, great. Don't need to use the card. The card stays there, you know, and you just wait until you really need it. With this card, he's going to be staggering like surely 3 or 4 people a game.
Yeah. So I think it's safe to say he's this card is stapled to him.
This is absolutely stable to him. Yeah, I think this is an amazing card. And it's
I'm just looking at his art. The art on the card. It has Iron Fist and him fighting, which is amazing.
Exactly. It's cool. Right? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The other card he comes with is called Human Weapon. It's an active card. It takes an action, and he can spend 4 power to use it. He advances his speed, so it's medium, and then makes the attack shown above. It's called 8 Linking Palms Strike. This is an area 2 attack, 6 dice. Before damage is dealt, the target character gains the stun special condition, so that just happens regardless. Then if he rolls a crit, wild, and shield, he gets something called Relentless Barrage. After each attack is resolved, the target character gains the stagger special condition. Like, wow.
Yeah.
This seems really good.
It's a lot. And it's more goodness from his kit, right? His kit is giving out stuns and staggers, and this is more of that.
Yeah.
It costs 4, which is a lot, but it is an area attack.
Yeah.
So, you know, you could be looking at 2, 3, you know, maybe not 4 targets, but, you know, the dream scenario. So yeah, it's good. He gets an advance with it. This is one of the better tactics cards that have an attack on them. They tend to be a bit weaker, right? Those cards, you know, I'm thinking like Monkey Brain is Lizard Home is one of the best ones, and it's not that great. It's not taken very often. So yeah, that's
not an attack though. But I know what you mean. The attack ones generally aren't worth it.
Yeah, they give you an extra thing. So it's the problem is it's being compared to Chi Mastery, right?
Yeah, right. Do you take both of these? Although I was going to say in Daredevil Defenders, this could really be something worthwhile because he gets all the rerolls the more people are around him, and that means that trigger is more likely to happen. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, this and Chi Mastery, playing them both, really investing. You know, you're gonna get all that. So yeah, I think this card's good. I think if you expect him to be in a brawl and your enemies to be grouped up, then take it. I think you always take Chi Mastery. I think you sometimes take this.
In fact, I'm just looking at his card. The card art actually shows him and Daredevil beating up Captain America.
He's kicking Captain America in the head. That's great.
All right. Shall we carry on to the other character in the box?
Yes.
All right. Brilliant. Her name is Silver Sable. Silver Sable is on a 35 millimeter base. She's size 2. She can move medium. She is 4 threat. With 5 health on the front side. Let's quickly look on the back. The back is 6. She goes 5, 6. Defense dice is 3 across the board. 3, 3, 3. Okay. She's got 2 attacks. Both of them are physical. The first one is a gainer. It's called Tactical Takedown. It's range 5, though. Woo! Range 5.
Yeah.
5 dice. Gainer, as I mentioned. She rolls a crit, you get tranquilized. After this attack is resolved, the target character gains the root special condition. If you get a crit in a wild, you get bringing you in. After the attack is resolved, the character may push the target character towards this character short. Again, sizeless. Amazing.
Oh yeah, more sizeless displacement. My God.
Yeah. The second attack is called Headshot. It's also range 5. It's 6 dice this time, costs you 3 power. If the target character is not within 3 and does not benefit from cover, if this attack would deal damage, increase the amount dealt by 2.
Yeah, that's big. That is big.
Oh my God. Ooh, just like that. Just happens. And then if she rolls a crit on this one, she gets concussion. After the attack is resolved, the target character gains the stun condition. Oof.
Cool.
Amazing.
Should we talk about these attacks now then?
Yeah, let's do that.
So first off, I think this is such a cool, like, fresh thematic character.
Me too.
It's an actual sniper in the game, you know. Before this, I mean, who was the most snipery character? Maybe
Hawkeye.
Winter Soldier, Hawkeye, Rocket, kinda. This is a proper sniper.
Punisher was too, but only on his spender, really.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, a bit of it's very new kind of concept, I think. And we'll get onto the superpowers. All superpowers completely work perfectly for a sniper. I think it's great. Range 5 is deceptively big.
You can't hide from range 5 practically.
No,
it's really almost impossible.
There aren't many kind of ways of avoiding it. Stealth helps, but yeah, range 5 is huge. And yeah, really good effects. And also gainers. I love gainers. We love gainers. We just spoke about this. Her tactical takedown is a gainer, so you just know what she's doing every activation. Before you decide to activate her, you know that she's going to get 2 shots off, gain 2 power, and then you know what part of her kit she can use. So yeah, this is a really cool suite of attacks. And Headshot won me a game the other day because of that. It's a 3-cost range 5 spender. That's great, right? And it's got that thing. If you deal 1 damage, it's increased by. If you deal any damage, it's increased by 2, so long as they don't have cover. And this I managed to poke through 1 damage on someone who had 3 health left, and they're dead. It's crazy. Amazing. Yeah. And it feels very, very cool and snipery. It feels very Headshot.
Yeah, it's very thematic. Both of these very thematic.
Yeah. Very big thematic win here from AMG.
Yeah, and a tactical takedown, being able to pull a character off of a point is crazy from range 5.
From range 5, yeah, she can stand. She can stand, on a backgammer and shoot the middle point. And if she's lucky, she's displacing 2 people off the midpoint, and she hasn't moved. This is crazy.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
It's a tricky trigger to get, but you're going to get it sometimes.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, let's talk about superpowers. One active one is called Shot Caller. It's costs 3. Choose another ally character within 4 and advance it short. Then the chosen character gains a power. It can only use it once per turn. Like, it's just wow.
Yeah,
it does everything you want.
Yeah,
I've never seen advance. I've seen people being placed and stuff like that, but not also then getting a power just cause.
Yeah. Bad time for me to mention Cyclops is one of my favorite characters in the comics, and this is very similar to his kit, and it's just so much cooler and so much more efficient. Range 5 gainer as well. So you can, you get your 1 power from the power phase, you can shoot off 2 gainers, and then you have 3 power to do Shot Caller and move someone else, and you chuck them a power as well. It's amazing.
Fantastic.
Also, a character can be affected by the superpower once per turn. So you can do this multiple times. You can move your other team members up. It's just 1 person at once. So if you have 6 power, you can move 2 people. Sure. Yeah. It's amazing.
Cool. Okay, the next one is a reactive one. It's called Want My Help? Pay Up. It doesn't cost anything. Free. When an ally character within 4 of this one makes an attack during the pay power step, Silver Sable could use this superpower. The ally character loses 2 power, so that's the payment. And if it does, this character, Silver Sable, gains a power, and the ally character adds 1 die to its attack roll. So she pockets one of the powers, and the other power she turns into an attack roll. Nice.
A dice, yeah, it's so cool. I love the theme of this as well, because you can see it happening when you're moving the power over. You're like, just gonna pay Silver Sable a power here for a little bonus dice. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So the other character just gains an extra attack roll.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is similar to Loki's leadership. Loki's leadership is amazing because you pay
Loki
1.
2. Yeah.
Sorry, Loki 2. Yeah. So you pay 1 for a reroll, and then Loki gets that power. So you're funding your team for good stuff, and this is similar to that. It's not as powerful, but yeah, it's really, really good.
Okay, brilliant. Okay, that's that one. And then she's got 2 passives. One is just Wall Crawler, which is handy.
Yep.
The other one is called Sniper Nest. When this character is targeted by a physical or energy attack, if this character is overlapping a terrain feature of size 3 or more, and the attacking character is not overlapping the same terrain feature, this character adds 2 dice to its defense roll. So free extra 2 dice all the time, provided you're sitting on a size 3 terrain piece.
Yeah, I feel like this effect is just the cherry on top, because it really encourages you to make her play like a sniper.
Yep, it really does. That's a really good point. Yeah, it's so thematic.
If nothing else, it makes it look good on the table, because she should be on top of buildings. And it says size 3 or more as well. So you'll probably get on top of a building, and it just looks great. And the model as well, if you haven't seen the model, like she kind of looks like she's taking cover. So that on top of a building is going to look amazing. So I love this. Yeah.
So provided you play her well, keeping her well back from stuff, which is where she wants to be, she's still going to be effective on attacks, but also have this extra defense thing, which will help her out, because she's a 4th threat with only 5 hit points on the front side. So that kind of is a little scary. Yep. But if you play it right, then it should be okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you need to play Silver Sable in a way where she isn't really going to be touched for at least a couple rounds, right? You want her to stay still, stay somewhere, holding a back point for you. And you need to keep her well out of trouble.
Yeah. Cool. Her backside is exactly the same, except as I said, her health goes up. I beg your pardon. No, there are some changes. Good old
it
Jarvis's
changes.
protocol. Look at that. She changes in the backside too. Okay.
I didn't know that. Nice.
Yeah, I didn't really think about that. So her stamina goes from 5 to 6. We talked about that. But she loses my help pay up. So that's where you give her friend an extra attack die. Instead, she gets something called Protect the Asset. This costs, it's reactive. It costs 2. When an enemy character within 4 of this character targets an allied character. When an enemy character within 4 of this character targets an allied character with an attack. If the allied character is holding an asset or civilian token, so an extract, this character can use the superpower. After the attack is resolved, this character makes a tactical takedown attack targeting the attacking character. So basically, it's kind of like a taunt thing. The enemy still gets to make the attack on the target that he wanted to, but if that target is holding an extract, then she basically can attack the attacker with her normal gainer.
Yeah. So it's trying to discourage your opponent from chasing down those extracts. And if Silver Sable's on her injured side, it suggests it's maybe the mid to late game, and that's when these kind of surprise reaction attacks can really cost you stuff. It's some mental tax on your opponent, because if they're not thinking about it, if they're not aware of it, they don't quite catch it in time. They might be attacking desperately to get an extract, and then Silver Sable suddenly gets a pop, and takes someone out, or at least does some damage to them. So
because keep in mind, you don't automatically get to pick up the extract. That's a separate step in the timing chart. So the attacker would have to first survive her attack. If he wants to then, or she wants to pick up the extract that's fallen on the floor.
Exactly. Yeah, that's an important timing window, because they would daze the character holding the asset, the extract. They would drop the extract, and then before they get a chance to interact with it, this attack would happen. So you might be able to interrupt them, which will feel really good. And again, feels very thematic, because the sniper has just shot you in the head.
Good. Just clarify though, we're just talking about what could happen if the extract got dropped, but the superpower works regardless if it gets dropped or not. It's just that your friend had to be holding an extract at the start of the attack.
Yeah.
Okay. She is found in Criminal Syndicate, Defenders, and Web Warriors. Now, Defenders doesn't seem so great, because she's not going to get use of Daredevil's leadership anyway, terribly much.
Well, you'd hope not, because you don't want enemies near her, really.
Something's gone horribly wrong.
Yeah. I mean, I guess there is a Defenders, they want to be in a brawl in the middle. You do need someone watching that back point, right? And
so there's a role for her but you'd have to think about. You definitely need to have a job in mind for her.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I can see her sitting at the back point, feeding extra dice to the characters that are in the brawl, and it is from range 4, right? So that's there's a use there, but she isn't going to be using the leadership much herself. Yeah.
Now, Crims, I could see her being quite helpful in, because she could sit on a back point and still contribute. But I think importantly, if they're playing Kingpin Crims, she can move their allies back onto points that maybe they get displaced on.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's a very good point. And also, backpoint sitters in Kingpin are great, because you can grab extracts and pass them back to them.
Yeah.
And then, they're off to go get another extract while she's stood at the back, hopefully safely. That's interesting.
And then Shadowland Daredevil, if I'm remembering his leadership correctly, his leadership triggers if the target is near.
If the target is holding an extract or contesting a secure, you get a reroll.
Yeah. Now that she's very well suited for.
Yeah.
I mean, supremely suited for. Wow.
Yeah, big time. And obviously on her, it's every attack, right? So on her injured side, she's getting reaction re-attacks. So you're getting it on that as well. Yeah. So you're using it there as well. So maybe you're right. Maybe she's a Daredevil, more of a Daredevil criminal.
But it's so thematic too, right?
Yeah,
I mean, he's there beating up people on holding points, and she can do that from range 5.
Yeah, that's amazing. It's really cool.
Can you remember MODOK 2's leadership? I don't know if that helped, because it's more about protecting him, isn't it?
MODOK 2, is that the one with the wilds? MODOK 2, once per turn, an allied character is attacking or defending. If it is holding or contesting an object token and has one or more wilds results in the roll, it may change one of its dice to a hit or block. So yeah, you'd hope that Silver Sable is on a secure. That's probably her job, right? Is to stand on a secure at the back. So she would have that. She would have access to that, yeah.
Okay, so that could be good too.
It's also
so yeah,
good. Yeah.
The last one, Web Warriors. Not sure. I mean, literally not sure about how that helps, because moving characters around with Web Warriors doesn't seem very helpful, considering they do that themselves quite well.
Yeah. And I think there isn't really much backpoint sitting with Web Warriors because they're good at running around the map. A perfect Web Warriors game is where none of them are standing still. They're all just kind of circling, a washing machine of safety where they're just, refusing to die. So I don't know where Silver Sable fits into that, with the current Web Warrior leaderships anyway. But it's cool and thematic because, she's in the Spider-Man cartoons all the time. So I'm glad she's there.
What's the Miles leadership? It's rerolls, right?
Yeah, so
defense rerolls.
You get one defense reroll, and you can reroll skulls if you are contesting or holding a thing. Yeah. So
that doesn't help terribly much. What about people don't play him very often? But what about Amazing Spider-Man's leadership?
Yeah, Amazing Spider-Man. You pay 1 to give someone slow.
That doesn't.
Again, not great. You need to be up close. I think it's within 2. Yeah, it's within 2. So not great. I mean, I can imagine, if somebody jumps the point that Silver Sable's on, she could pay 1 to slow them and then double move away to a different point. It's kind of cool, but you want her to be shooting all the time, I think. I think her job is to keep shooting and move people around. And like you say, the Web Warriors, they don't need to be moved around. They're very mobile themselves. So yeah, I think maybe there'll be a Web Warriors leadership in the future, where
I would say her backside superpower, the one where she gets the reactive attack on somebody who's targeted, who's holding an extract, could be good, because Web Warriors does like the extract game. But I feel like that's a lot of work to get to that point, and not always that helpful. So not sure. I'm sure the Discord will let us know how wrong
we're wrong. How wrong we are about Silver Sable and Web Warriors. Yeah.
Okay, she's got one card to wrap things up.
So before we go to tactics cards, just quickly. I've been playing Silver Sable in Sentinels, and she's fantastic.
Whoa. Okay, slow down a second, guys. Today is Christmas Eve, right? And I was just stood there staring at my tree, right, drink in hand, and I realized, shit, Sentinels can't be advanced by any superpower, not just enemy superpowers. So this Silver Sable thing doesn't actually work. So completely ignore me. I'll let it play anyway. But yeah, you can't play Silver Sable in Sentinels. I've been cheating. I'm sorry. You can do people play like Lockjaw and now Man Thing. Man Thing has been revealed, and they can teleport Sentinels around and stuff. They can be placed by superpowers. So yeah, you can use those guys. Silver Sable doesn't work, and I've cheated in all of my games playing her. So, sorry.
Because they need all the movement they can get, and she can move them around. You don't want a Sentinel stood on your back point, because they should be doing other things, really, and they're only range 3, so they're kind of useless on the back point, so she's a great back point sitter. And also, the Sentinels have this weird thing where they can pay power to add dice to their builder, which is great, and they tend to get loads of power themselves, and at the end of their activation they get 2 power. So usually what I find that I'm doing is I'll pay an extra power to Silver Sable for an extra dice on my builder, so that she has an extra power to then move me back. It's a very synergistic kind of thing. You're happy to pay with Sentinels, you're happy to pay a power extra for a dice that you would normally, just for Silver Sable to be a bit more active. And so many times, my Sentinels have been displaced, or they're not quite in the right place, and then Silver Sable can activate, have 6 power or 4 power, and do 2 gainers, and then move 2 Sentinels back to where they want to be. Yeah. So she's amazing in Sentinels.
And in fact, that's one of the major drawbacks to that affiliation, isn't it? Is the fact that those Sentinels can get displaced, and then they're kind of sad.
Yeah, they're very immobile. Yeah.
All right. Cool. Ready to move on, or do you have another tip?
Just one more. I think if you can do anything to make her attacks kind of push through a bit more, I think it will help. I can imagine Red Skull 1 her having a place there as well, because she's giving other people extra dice, so they have more of a chance to deal damage. To then,
which triggers the leadership. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. And anything you can do to kind of help her push through, because her spender is amazing. 3 cost, range 5, 6 dice. And if it deals any damage, it does 2 extra damage. Like, that's an amazing spender, but you need to be able to push through damage, because 6 dice isn't that reliable.
Right.
So if you have any way of giving her more attack dice or rerolls, that spender becomes amazing.
Yeah, I'm actually super stoked now to play her in Shadowland Daredevil. Man, that sounds good.
Do it.
So fun. Right. Let's get to her card. It's called Sable International. It's unaffiliated. It's active. During her activation, she can spend 4 power. And that round, so not just her turn, the whole round, each time Silver Sable dazes or KOs an enemy character, you score a VP.
Yeah.
What?
Which is huge.
Yeah, because of the reactive superpower that we just talked about, where she can pop off people even outside of her activation. Each time she does, she gets a VP.
Exactly. So we opened this episode with talking about Mind Transfer, you know, a 4-cost card that has very niche windows that won't come up very often, but when it does, it will be huge. And I think this is one of those. I think that if you see around where there's, you know, a couple people alive on one and Silver Sable's there, you just play this card and you daze a couple people, and maybe you even get a reaction re-attack off, like you mentioned, and that's a 3rd daze, and you score 3 VP. That's amazing. It's probly game winning.
Can I just check? It says daze or KO an enemy character. That means grunts count.
Oh my God, it does. Oh my God, it does. An enemy character. Yeah, you're right. Oh my God, this card just went way up in my
pops a grunt, and that's a free VP.
Oh my God, I'm so glad we started this episode with Mind Transfer, because this is another card where they've missed the grunt trigger. That is great. That's amazing. This is probably worth playing, because you'll kill a grunt and then you might get lucky and get a headshot off and kill someone else, and that's 2 VP. That's amazing. Good catch.
Oh yeah, thanks.
Play that until it gets changed.
Amazing.
Yeah. So I think the only thing with this card is Silver Sable. I don't think her job is dazing and KOing people. Her spender's great, but she isn't a killer, right? She's a support piece that can hit from range. So I mean, it's not a slam dunk. It's no usurp the throne, right? Where Killmonger can almost guarantee kills like that. She can't do that. You might be sad playing this sometimes, but maybe the happiness in the games where it works will be worth it.
Yeah. Cool. Great. Well, that seems like a really cool box. Very thematic.
Very thematic, yeah.
You know, I mean, just wonderful how they've designed it around the way the characters are in the comic books.
Yeah, big time. It's great. I think she really feels like a sniper. Shang-Chi really feels like, you know, a martial artist pinging around and, you know, doing some awesome attacks and lots of, you know, cool thematic names. I think, this is a really cool box, actually. It's really thematic. Well done, AMG. Good job.
Yeah, exciting to talk about. So, all right, I think that draws us to a close for this episode. Thanks very much, everybody, for listening, and we look forward to hearing your comments about this show on the Discord and on the Facebook group, if you wish. And until next time, Jamie.
Yeah, we have a Patreon as well, we should mention. If you're interested in supporting the show, you can go sign up to our Patreon. There'll be some exclusive episodes that go up on there, and you can ask us questions and stuff. I don't know, all the things that happen on Patreon. So,
Cool.
Thanks for listening.
All right. Thanks for listening. Bye now.
Bye.